World War I, or the First World War, often abbreviated as WWI, was one of the deadliest global conflicts in history. It was fought between two coalitions, the Allies and the Central Powers. Fighting took place throughout Europe, the Middle East, Africa, the Pacific, and parts of Asia, especially East Asia. An estimated 9 million soldiers were killed in combat, plus another 23 million wounded, while 5 million civilians died as a result of military action, hunger, and disease. Millions more died as a result of genocide, while the 1918 Spanish flu pandemic was exacerbated by the movement of combatants during the war. The first decade of the 20th century saw increasing diplomatic tension between the European great powers. This reached a breaking point on the 28th of June 1914, when a Bosnian Serb named Gavrilo Princip assassinated Archduke Franz Ferdinand, heir to the Austro-Hungarian throne. Austria-Hungary held Serbia responsible and declared war on the 28th of July. Russia came to Serbia's defense, and by the 4th of August, defensive alliances had drawn in Germany, France, and Britain, with the Ottoman Empire joining the war in November. German strategy in 1914, known as the Schlieffen Plan, was to first defeat France and bypass their fortifications by moving through Belgium, then attack Russia. However, this maneuver failed due to heavy French and Belgian resistance and British reinforcements. By the end of 1914, the Western Front consisted of a continuous line of trenches stretching from the English Channel to Switzerland. The Eastern Front was more fluid, but neither side could gain a decisive advantage, despite a series of costly offensives. Fighting expanded onto secondary fronts as Bulgaria, Romania, Greece, and most notably Italy, and others entered the war between 1915 and 1916. The United States entered the war on the side of the Allies in April 1917, while the Bolsheviks seized power in the Russian October Revolution and made peace with the Central Powers in early 1918. Freed from the Eastern Front, Germany launched an offensive in the West on March 1918, hoping to achieve a decisive victory before American troops arrived in significant numbers. Failure left the German Imperial Army exhausted and demoralized, and when the Allies took the offensive in August 1918, German forces could not stop the advance. Between the 29th of September and the 3rd of November 1918, Bulgaria, the Ottoman Empire, and Austria-Hungary agreed to armistices with the Allies, leaving Germany isolated. Facing revolution at home and with his army on the verge of mutiny, Kaiser Wilhelm II abdicated on the 9th of November. The armistice of the 11th of November 1918, 3 days later, brought the fighting to a close, while the Paris Peace Conference imposed various settlements on the defeated powers, the best known being the Treaty of Versailles. The dissolution of the Russian, German, Austro-Hungarian, and Ottoman empires resulted in the creation of new independent states, among them Poland, Czechoslovakia, and Yugoslavia. Failure to manage the instability that resulted from this upheaval during the interwar period, as well as hyperinflation in Germany and Austria due to crippling war debts, contributed to the outbreak of World War II in September 1939.